Hi everybody, here's Christian.
And here's Nahxela.
Ah, that beautiful voice, Nahxela. And we are together in Demon Souls. Dark Souls. I always forget. I always mix those. Why? See, the problem is my brain. Nahxela, I'm gonna give you an insight into my brain.
Okay.
I remember things by the first letter. I always remember the first letter. I always remember things, it starts with a D. And if things starting with the same letter, I always mix up the two.
I see.
That's the same thing with names. I can't remember names because for some reason I cannot get from the letter to the name, but I always know what letter they start with. It's a curse. It's a curse, not unlike the crystal thing going on here. Alright, so we figured out last episode, we figured out how to get through here.
Invisible pathways.
There's Indiana Jones' invisible pathway here. That was, by the way, that was an odd moment in Indiana Jones back then. It was odd because it seemed supernatural, but then the camera moves and then you can plainly see that it was just a differently colored path. And I always was confused about this because how were they so stupid that they never realized this? You know what I mean?
Magic.
I mean, there is something as depth perception, you know? You get, it's easy to get fooled by cameo on like a very far distance because you don't have the depth perception. But if it's right in front of you, you should be able to see if something is just differently colored, but actually much closer. All right, so I still don't know how to get this guy. He seems to be that's like a very annoying place to fight him.
Yes, it is.
Do you think that's extra? That's especially picked for like at this moment where it's so annoying to fight an enemy, they put an extra strong enemy there.
Probably.
I don't even know how to. I guess I need to do one attack only and then retreat immediately.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I thought so, but you know, my instincts are to just get as many hits in as possible and just kill them. You see, the halberd is actually fueling a very bad habit of mine, which is the button mash. Because it is so effective.
Right.
I often one kill or two shot kill guys, so it's very it seems like a very effective strategy to just go for it. Go to town. I wonder what kind of weapon I'm gonna do the next playthrough with. What would you suggest?
You could do a dexterity build. This is more like a strength build. You could also play around with one of the other spellcasting types, since you're just using pyro.
Oh yeah, I will definitely do that. Ouch.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's okay. It's
good. Don't fall. Watch out behind you.
What? Where? Okay, no. You are the worst. You are the worst. As the Germans say, you are a sausage.
I wish I had sausage.
Me too, man. Me too. I wonder, like, there are so many. Maybe you talked about this already, but there are so many culinary things where I always wonder how they came up with this. Like how they came up with like grinding meat down and putting it into intestines of an animal that the meat was from.
Who knows? Like how in the past, there would be things like you'd eat specific parts, but like the meat-rich, fat-rich parts. That makes sense. But then somebody just goes around, hey, let's eat this heavily bone-covered part just for this tiny scrap of meat.
Yeah. Or bread. How they came up with bread? Like, let's take this thing that actually doesn't taste very well at all, grains, and then put it into a powder, and then mix it with water and some other stuff, and then we're gonna put it into fire, and then it's gonna be awesome.
Who knows?
A teacher of mine had a theory about how that came to be, and he said somebody was eating grains at a fire. And it was chewing them and then spitting them into a fire, and then he would eat that up again. Ugh. So I wonder, is that the way I should go? It seems like this is the place, but I don't see like.
Take a leap of faith.
Is that like a very steep thing down there? Oh wow, it is.
Oh.
No, what I. And my favorite science fiction writer, Stanislav Lem, also wrote this beautiful chapter in a book I read. The book was called Peace on Earth. And he wrote this beautiful chapter where he discussed the many human sacrifices we must have gone through finding out what things are poisonous or not poisonous.
Right.
Like some poor sap must have eaten that mushroom just to find out what happens.
And that's just like a major component of evolution as well, because evolution is all about whoever is more capable of surviving can reproduce.
Yeah.
And everybody else dies.
Yeah.
So like as humans we have the different kinds of taste buds, like bitter is one of them, and in terms of chemicals, bitter usually implies some kind of poison, which is why we don't like bitter tastes.
Interesting.
Spit it out. And then
so there's like a chemical component behind this, like there's interesting.
And on the same side, something that's sweet, that means it has carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are the main sources of energy. So
that's why we want to eat them.
Right.
I wonder, because children like sweets a lot, and you know, as a adult, you don't like sweets that much. I mean, you still like sweets, but you're not so crazy about them. I wonder if that's like a factor. Like children need more hydrocarbons.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe because they're burning so much energy, they have to grow. And fats are also tasty.
Yes.
But funny enough, like eating pure fat is not that tasty.
Yeah, because taste is partially texture, partially actual taste.
That's true.
So most fats do not have a pleasant texture.
Yeah, that's true. Even in fall. So I guess if I go further, then I will fall down on that thing, right?
Who knows?
Maybe I can. Okay, I can't. I thought I could jump on him. But how about I go here? Yes, that seems nice. So these guys actually disappear after I. Oh, ouch! That was hurtful. Oh, not good. All right, roll through him.
Ray.
What does he do? He doesn't do anything, and then kill him. Whew. Man, this is getting more and more intense. Now even less place to maneuver.
Now where do you go?
So yeah, that was also, I think that was a Mythbusters episode where they check the myth. Everything tastes like chicken, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And they found out it's very easy to recognize chicken by the texture, actually.
Interestingly, there are some animals that don't have a certain kind of taste bud. I think it's some that don't have they can't taste sweet things.
Okay.
Particularly predators. And that's the reason for that is because they don't need to detect sweets since they hunt things down. They know what they eat is going to have good stuff in it.
Huh. Wait a minute. I was already here, wasn't I?
Yes, you were. Where do you go?
That's a good question. That's a good question. What I always wonder about taste buds is salt.
Mm-hmm.
What about salt? Because the thing is, like, first of all, like, a lot of animals like salt very much.
Right. Salt is very important for a lot of different functions in your body. One of the main ones is just controlling water flow, since water will automatically flow towards whatever place has lower concentration. So if you can move your salts, it'll change the concentration of the water wherever, and you can move it around.
That's cool.
It's also very important for nervous transmissions. Firing nerves requires movement of charge. The salts will have charge.
I wonder, I guess I have to, do I have to fall from one to another? Oh man, that's the problem. The problem is I don't really see very well.
There's one thing I will point out is that all the invisible pathways are straight walkways.
Yeah?
Or at least the ones that you found so far.
That's true. So I guess I can continue walking? Oh, I can continue walking.
This is where you came from, though.
I know. So I wanted to just understand it. Okay, so I guess I could have continued walking here. And there was another one, so I guess that other one is also straight, right? Or does it stop somewhere? Why did I fall from the other one? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this one continues further on down there? Let us test this theory of ours. Yeah, I'm a person who really loves salty things. I love salty things more than I like salty snacks. I love salty snacks more than I have.
Potato
I like
chips.
Yeah, and nuts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. It doesn't look like this continues here, or maybe it does. There is things falling for sure.
I will tell you this: you should pay attention how things fall here and how things fall behind you.
Okay. So they explode on the path. They fall down and explode on the path, and this falls down and explodes further down. So this must be something underneath me.
They don't even explode. They just keep falling.
They just fall. Which is weird. Oh, I know what the thing is. So this path leads me back. So if I fall down on this crystal, so I can get back up again.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I made a mistake when I fell down on this crystal. This is weird that it pushes me towards this thing.
Yeah, I don't like that crystal. It's very pushy.
Alright, guys, so now I'm gonna get on this. And watch now. I'm so stupid.
This is actually something else.
There's no path here. Oh, there is. There's something falling down. Or is it? Yeah, there is something. What the?
This is actually the one exception to the rule that all the invisible pathways are straight. This one's actually very curvy and windy.
Okay.
And it leads to a slab, not the boss.
A slab.
You can choose to go for it now or come back later.
A slab?
Titanite slab, it's like the pure stones.
Oh, yeah. I thought, yeah, and then at the end you will find like a slab of stone. The end. That's kind of like the kind of dick move the game would do with you. Like, way to go, going through this dangerous thing. Here is nothing. Enjoy your nothing.
Ta-da.
Enjoy the belief, the the good feeling that you did something that was kind of not very straightforward.
It happens all the time.
That's actually an interesting puzzle here. I also, again, I kind of like this area general, the visual design of this area.
Mm-hmm.
So the funny thing is, like, if you read like old stories about I don't know how people lived in medieval ages or stuff like that. So times where food was scarce.
Mm.
It's interesting that sometimes they talk about salt as a snack, as something very delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm going. Which for nowadays, I mean, salt is like the cheapest thing ever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot where, but there's somewhere where there was this thing where somebody had like a huge slab of salt, like a huge crystal of salt, and it was like, oh, this is so delicious.
Mm-hmm. I mean, back in the day, there were things like salt licks.
Yeah. Oh, Shepard is online.
He's gonna babe you. He's probably just going to Netflix to watch anime.
Probably. So this is where I fall down and fall. But I don't see it. I knew that I fell down the other. It's weird. I'm gonna get my souls. Should I try to do this windy thing?
Probably not right now.
Have you seen this texture? Weird textures. Alright, so let's do this thing here. Maybe just going on this thing is already a mistake. What if I should do something with a butterfly? But the butterfly didn't work so well the last time.
No, yeah, the butterflies aren't there for anything. You can farm them for blue titanite, but that's pretty much all they're worth.
Also, you can kill them with like long range weapons, I guess.
Yeah, like magic or arrows. You don't need to fall here.
I really don't... Should I just go straight? There is something there. But I guess I'm gonna fall down soon, right? It's really a little bit difficult to see. Yeah, there's nothing in front of me.
If you want to test it out, you can switch out a bow if you have arrows and then shoot ahead. If there's a path, they will stick to the path.
That's a cool idea. Okay. How do I do this again? The bow controls are a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it did stick to the path. How do I fall down previously?
You just fell down by jumping off.
Oh, okay. I'm using up a couple of arrows, but whatever. I'm not going to use the bow anyway. Oh, I see the... Wait a minute.
You can use L1 to aim.
L1? Yes. I just want to make sure that...
Yep.
Oh, I turn off the L1. All right. Here. Thanks.
You did it.
Great. Okay, we got this, guys. We got this. I'm going to select my Herdebird. Herdebird. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, another butterfly. You my butterfly, sugar baby.
You like clams?
Clams?
Yeah. Do you like clams?
I don't like clams.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Why? Are there some clams here? Well, if I can kill the clams, then I will be fine with that. Those are beautiful. What a beautiful idea. I love this. Oh, they have pearls inside. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, no, these aren't pearls. These are
skulls.
Skulls. They make pearls out of the skulls. This is amazing. I love this. Yeah, I don't like, in real life, I don't like clams. They're creepy, I think. Especially because people like to eat them, and that's just disgusting, I feel.
Why?
Oh, I died. Because you open them up and they live still and they're like slimy. Ugh.
Oh. Well, you can cook them.
Mm-mm. I'm generally I hate any kind of seafood. I love fish. Fish are fine. But seafood disgusts me.
That's a shame.
Because I always think, maybe I talked about this. I always feel like I talked about it. Because
I think you've mentioned this before.
Because I always feel like it's insects. It's sea insects, basically.
I mean, they kind of are.
Yeah.
Like crustaceans are arthropods. Insects are arthropods as well.
Yeah. You know, there is one thing I found so odd.
What's that?
It's generally the whole idea of pets. Like, technically, I guess that's an example of, I guess, genetic engineering, right? I mean, they're basically like dogs have been bred to be, more familiar with humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are some interesting theories of how this came to be, like maybe some wolves following humans around to eat their garbage.
Mm.
Or maybe humans actually caught some wolves and tried to domesticate them.
Mm-hmm. There is the point how certain pets, like dogs, for instance, had a function besides just being like something you keep, because they could help with hunting.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's very practical to have a dog. Obviously,
right,
I mean, like in many cultures, we still use dogs for lots of things. I mean, you can train dogs to help blind people and everything. Their dogs are very cool, very useful tool. But it's kind of like funny how, I mean, dogs weren't born this way. I mean, they were wolves before they were dogs.
Right.
So this is basically an example of like very slow genetic engineering to some extent. Like it's basically breeding.
Right, it's selective breeding.
But it's interesting that they're breeding for behavior. And it's interesting to see, like, I heard that there's this fascinating thing where if you have like wild animals in a zoo and they're born in a zoo, like leopards or something, and they are wild animals, so they actually, they're suspicious of people and they're a little bit of trouble to keep around. So what you do is when they get puppies or like small animals, like small leopards, they let them grow up with small dog puppies.
Yeah.
So they put the wild animals together with small dogs, and then the wild animals will look at the dogs, and the dogs will be like friendly to humans. So the wild animals will be more conducive to be friendly to humans.
Right.
Which is a fascinating technique.
Yeah. And I think there's also another function of raising those animals with dogs, and that certain animals, I think I've read this before, but since like they'd be isolated from a large community of their other species, since they're within captivity, raising them with dogs or similar animals would help like alleviate that loneliness and improve their condition.
Yes, so they have more friends. Even though there are no, and that's generally like I find fascinating that animals can be friends with each other. It's kind of like, it gets really bizarre when they get friends. Like if they're actually like one of is a predator of the other, and they're still friends.
Right.
Like if you have a cat and then I don't know, like a duck or something, or like a mouse, and the cat learns not to eat the mouse.
Right.
By the way, I just wanted to point out I love the shader on the clams. It really looks like pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, I think I made it.
It's a shiny thing. And curse statues.
That's not good. Try range battle. Cool tip, man. Can I destroy these curse statues? I think.
Yes, you can.
Oh man. Just to make sure that they don't wake up and do some... Oh man, cutscene. He put his halberd away. Optimistic fellow. I think there's going to be a huge friggin' fight. I'm gonna pull on this and there's going to be like a hair on top of the dragon. And he will be pissed. Oh no, there's a dragon after all. Hey, I came down to burn down your house. With those lemons. That's a very cool... He's a very cool design. Still, I don't see quite how he's supposed to read all the books.
Magic.
Alright, I'm gonna attack him. This was incredibly ineffective. I didn't do any kind of damage to him.
Indeed.
Alright.
He is immortal after all.
Oh, shit. Alright, so I guess there's some kind of... Oh, I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Why, where's this thing? I think I need to destroy this thing.
It was on the other side.
Oh no! I was confused. Alright, I'm gonna drink one more Estus flask just to make sure.
He can actually break it though, so I don't know if he did, but he... No, never mind. It's still there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to destroy this. This is the source of his immortality. It's kind of a crystal. Yes. How about that?
He's reacting to it.
Is it?
Yeah. Now this boss is actually one that you can cut the tail off.
Don't mind if I do.
It's somewhat difficult though.
Is it behind him?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Now I'm getting somewhere. Look at this. No, I'm not dead. Okay, I am cursed.
You're cursed.
Oh gosh. Okay. We're gonna get this dragon. We're gonna get this dragon. Oh, I'm still cursed. I forgot that this is a thing that actually happens.
Yep.
And removing that curse is kind of a pain in the butt.
Do you have any purging stones? You might. I don't know.
I might have picked one up.
You do not.
Nope. So I have to do all of everything with half health.
You could warp out to the parish and go talk to Oswald.
Can I warp back into this thing?
Yeah, the one that you just rested at is one you can warp to.
Maybe I'm gonna do that. Oh. Because he was... I don't know. Oh.
Oh.
Crystal Ember.
That's for upgrading to the crystal path.
Oh, nice. Oh, he killed me. Oh. And I killed him. And now we're gonna lie down, enemies in an eternal embrace. How romantic, isn't it? You know what I really find funny?
What's that?
Dinosaurs.
What about them?
Because I'm thinking about it because, you know, we just died together, and then at some point maybe we would be excavated as fossils. I find it funny because we are starting to discover that a lot of dinosaurs have feathers.
Mm-hmm.
And I find this hilarious because I grew up with this imagination that dinosaurs were these huge lizards. But apparently they were just huge birds.
Yeah, I mean, birds are pretty much just reptiles with feathers.
Yeah, but you never make that connection as a kid. Birds come something completely different from a lizard.
Maybe, I don't know.
I like it seemed to me always like. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're no doubt biologically they're probably very similar. But to me, it seems like, like if I look at a bird, I don't see a lizard.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing that probably made me not as likely to think that way is that one of the earlier dinosaurs that I was exposed to is the Archaeopteryx. It's a feathered dinosaur, basically.
Yeah. That was like the missing link, right?
Yeah.
By the way, where should I go now? Where exactly is that cursed thing?
Back up the bell tower, if you remember.
Oh yeah, that guy, that black guy. I remember. I went one. I thought you meant something else, maybe something closer. So I wasn't exactly sure.
The only people that can cure curse or that sell this item are Oswald, the undead female merchant in the sewers, and Ingward, who's down in New Londo.
Yeah, all right. No, but I wonder if the huge dinosaurs also had feathers, like Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know what I mean?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I'm not a paleontologist.
It would be hilarious if it was just a huge bird. We always think of him as this huge, Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. Jurassic Park is all wrong now because all the raptors don't have feathers.
Yeah, I mean the raptors are also a lot larger than what they should be.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they were much smaller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go ever to like a dinosaur museum and you find an actual skeleton of a raptor, it's like a turkey.
Waist height or something.
Yeah.
It's not like 7 feet tall or whatever.
Well, I guess that's the problem, is that they had to put like a dude in a costume.
Yeah.
Which is also great. If you watch that, I mean, that's the funny thing. Like, when you grow up, or like at least it wasn't like in the 90s, you would always hear these stories. Oh yeah, we used modern computer technology to create those amazing visual effects, and you're like, whoa, we can do all of these things with computers. Computers are all powerful. Mm. And the same thing like with Star Trek. I always expected Star Trek spaceships, like these ships you see in Star Trek. I always thought that these were CGI. Mm-hmm. And it blew my mind when I found out that they were actual models. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Handmade models. And they were handmade models all the way up to like late Voyager episodes.
Right.
And the same with Jurassic Park. There were some, of course, computer-generated scenes.
But there are also like lots of animatronics.
Yeah, a lot of them were animatronics, yeah.
Yeah.
And most of them are very, very well done mixtures of both.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Oh, I cannot buy it because I don't have the souls.
You have some items. Though,
yeah. Oh man, without those items, this game would be unplayable. So I have all the souls here. Should I keep them? Yes.
If you want to, it's up to you. You can either consume them or you can hold off and make a box weapon out of them.
I will make a weapon out of them. I always feel like making something out of them is better than consuming them.
Mm. It depends, because some weapons aren't very useful for your type of character, and some are fine.
But you get the achievements for it, right?
You have to go through New Game Plus to get all of them.
Should I get all? Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get all of them. I don't want to return here again.
I will recommend that the next time you go fight Seath, you switch your wolf ring for the cursed bite ring, because you don't really need poise for him.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, there is I completely forget that I can respec a little bit by choosing different rings. And so, yeah, speaking of the models, so that's one of the things that frustrated me, because I saw the Star Trek ships and I got into like 3D modeling and rendering, and I wanted to make spaceships that look like this. That's the first thing you do, because it's the easiest thing to do in 3D to make a spaceship. And I was so frustrated because they looked so great on the show.
Right.
And I never got like mine always looked like had like this
CGI, yeah, it's
sterile.
like
Yeah.
So noticeable when it's not the same.
Oh yeah. Like in Voyager, when they start using CGI, you can completely tell.
It's like that's obviously CGI.
Yeah. The worst CGI sin in Voyager is when they use this computer-generated alien species.
Yeah, I know that.
That's horrible.
And it's all like glossy and stuff, and you're like, that doesn't exist in the real world.
Yeah, and it's like animated like in weird ways, like it moves like the You can tell it doesn't actually interact with any props on the stage.
Right.
Oh man. Right. So where was that?
Duke's Archives.
Oh, true. That's because he's a Duke. Yeah, that's kind of like an odd thing that like these practical special effects, like Yoda in Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Return of the Jedi. The Empire Strikes Back. Like, I mean, you could tell that these were animatronics, but for some reason, that's something like so easier to accept than like the CGI Yoda. There is something weird about CGI. So I wanted to use this item. Where is it again?
Purging Stone? Use.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
How do... Oh, yes. What does he do with this stone? Does he eat it?
I guess. I don't know.
Does he swallow it? He put it in his mouth, so maybe it's like a
capsule medicine.
Maybe, or like a candy, and you have to suck it.
It has a skull on it. I don't know how.
Maybe if it's a skull, maybe it's something like an ecstasy pill. Because the ecstasy pills always have like love or like hearts on them or stuff like that. I never saw one in real life, I must admit. I'm getting in the cave. I'm getting in the cave. I'm running past by this guy. He almost killed me, but I found him out. So that's why playing through the game the second time is so easy, because you can just run through all of this stuff because you already know it.
Yep.
That's the thing, like when you play this game for the first time, you see like, what? Playing through all of this again? But it's actually very simple to some extent. No! This crystal is magnetic, I can tell. Oh, wait a minute, I have to watch out. I'm gonna set my course and I'm just gonna stick to it.
Great.
I made it to the other side.
Don't forget to switch rings. And now that you've gone in the boss, there's a boss fog wall, so you can just run straight if you want to.
Oh, okay. Then I can walk past the clams, but I think I activated the clam.
Because they can't get past the fog wall.
I need to fight this clam now. A second. Can I switch ring? No, it's a pre-ring. Clam! I like that these are crystal clams.
They can drop Twinkling Titanite as well. And Purging Stones.
That's some very creative level design. I love that. Very cool. So, Curse Bite Ring, right?
Yeah.
One of the infamous bite rings commissioned by Sir Astor of Karam. Despite the dreadful rumors surrounding its creation, this ring is an unmistakable asset in its ability to prevent curses. Alright, boosts curse resistance.
You'll see that it adds a ton of curse resistance.
Why am I cursed?
That's it extending the bar.
Oh, so it fills up, the bar fills up now. Oh god! This wasn't very cool. What? Okay.
Whoa. You have to break the crystal again.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm running to the crystal. Funny thing that you cannot lock onto the crystal. Uh-oh. I guess it's like a prop.
Yeah. You can roll into it and break it, actually.
Ah, I'm gonna do that the next time I'm here, because God knows we're gonna be here multiple times.
We'll see.
Alright, so I'm gonna... So what does he do? Alright, so this looks now that he's doing some kind of attack. No. Alright, now he does an attack. Yes. Yeah, he spits on the ground in front of him. Alright. I'm gonna do 2 attacks and I'm gonna retreat now. Okay, now he does it in a circle and I'm getting blasted. I'm gonna drink now. Alright, he does it in a circle again. Can I go past his tusks? No, I cannot go past this thing. I'm just gonna continue attacking him. I'm getting hit. I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna try to retreating now. Okay, I'm almost got him. I'm gonna attack him one more time. Yes! Did I die now? Is that what I am? No, I live. See, just button mashing just works too well with this weapon.
Yeah, Seath is actually a pretty straightforward boss. And
so if I get behind him, I can cut his tail, right? Or
yeah.
Are these things on the side his tails?
You want to get to the middle tail.
Oh,
the problem is that if you're behind him, if he isn't turning, he has a tail slam attack, which actually hurts quite a lot.
Okay.
Now where do you go?
That's a good question. Did we get that thing that we need from him? Yes, we did, right?
Yeah, you got the Lord's Soul.
Good. So I guess I'm gonna go to... What? No, I don't want to kindle. Warp.
You can go to New Londo. You can go to down where Ceaseless is. Or you can go to the graveyard.
Is Sunlight Altar the part where you put the souls in?
No, you can't warp to that bonfire.
So I always have to go through the snake?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, is there just one snake, or were these 2 different snakes?
There are 2 snakes.
Alright, because I was wondering, because when the one guy swallowed me, at first he introduced himself again, I was like, wait a minute, we know each other already. And then I returned to the Fire Ring Shrine, and the other snake was like, annoyed by me.
Yes.
Could I have allied with the other snake?
You could have. The one that's past what's his face? The 4 Kings is actually tied to a covenant, and if you go with Framped, you actually lock yourself out of joining that covenant.
Okay, I still
it's also the major invasion covenant.
Ah. It gives you some kind of advantages when you invade?
It gives you an item that's just much more useful for invasions. It's less restrictive.
So I want to go to... I think the next thing I want to do is to go to the Ceaseless Discharge part.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is
Daughter of Chaos would be the one.
I thought so, yeah, because there was some kind of woman on the wall.
Right.
This was the most peculiar boss fight. Because this one had a trick, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And I guess, I don't know, I brute forced this, but I didn't see so many like attacks that you kind of have to...
He's not a very aggressive boss.
I wonder, like, how can you avoid all those attacks? Like, do you have to retreat far away from him? Is that the...
Yeah, the big explosion one at the end, you need to back off from him.
Okay. Wait a minute, I'm not sure where to go.
Outside to the right.
Is that outside? I don't know what outside is. This problem.
Behind you, where you initially went.
Alright, so I was right after all.
Oh, and you can also go back to the asylum.
Yes, indeed. That's something I want to do as well. We're gonna have to...
the stairs. Outside.
Oh, there's outside. That part that looks like a Doom level.
It basically is.
Alright, getting some Estus. And saving my save point here. Not sure, that's the problem. Like, I cannot remember being here. Because, I cannot remember there being a gate because... Oh, wait a minute.
When you were here last, you killed Ceaseless Discharge, and killing it removes a bunch of the lava.
Oh, we never went there exploring because you said we were done here. Oh.
Right.
See, that's the problem. Like, if I had gone explored here, I would have wasted time, but then I would have recognized that thing.
Hello.
For some reason, I feel like maybe I shouldn't step off this thing.
No, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Those guys look. You know what I like watching?
What's that?
Have you ever watched The Clueless Gamer?
Yes.
So I find it like the perspective of somebody who never plays games. I find him interesting because of this Conan O'Brien guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he never plays games and he points out all those things that as a gamer you're kind of like whatever.
Yeah. Invisible walls.
Yeah, that too. But I don't know if he mentioned it or some other person, but there was some other person who or he who mentioned that every time there's an idle animation of characters, they look like they are heaving, like, like moving like so in exaggerated fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of odd. And so I could tell that these are enemies because they're all heaving, and or they're all heaving in unison as well. Like, look. It's like an army there. I don't know if I should go here or fight my way through them. I'm gonna fight my way through it. Also, this is the Capra demon.
Yep, he's just two-shotted him.
Yeah, I know. Well, here he's like pointless.
Right, because he doesn't have the environmental advantage.
Yeah, and also my weapon is so strong now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can change rings now if you want.
Oh, that's true. You wanted to hit me, but I evaded you, you furry beast. Do you think that's actually a guy in a furry costume?
This is the technically the first boss. It's actually the second boss.
Oh, that's true. Oh man, this is where all the bosses come from. This is the boss birth chamber.
It actually is from a lore standpoint.
Oh.
This is where they all come from. At least a couple of the demons.
Oh man, he hurts.
Rest in peace. He hit you while you were evading as well.
Yeah, how did that work?
Not the entire animation has invincibility frames, and the other frames have what's called instability frames, where you'll take more damage than usual.
Instability frames. So I feel like this is a very tough place to go through. I'm going to explore the other path for now.
The Taurus demons actually don't respawn.
Oh. So the guys I just fought, they don't respawn?
Yeah. The Capra demon will.
Oh, that's good. But they're upgraded because I don't remember Taurus demon doing one-shotting me.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe I was already hurt a little bit, I'm not really sure. Alright, let's get this. I'm getting to the guy. The guy approaches me. Yeah, you wanted to hit me, but you didn't. Now I'm gonna hit you in the butt.
That's not his butt.
In the crotch. It's the other side of his butt. I'm imagining I slice through his crotch all the way to his butt. Yes, Chris. Look at this weapon, it's genetically superior. You know, for those kind of guys, they're just giving me 1,000 souls. That's not really cool.
He's the first boss.
That's true, I guess. Haha. That's the way to do it. Money for nothing and backsteps for free.
One more.
One more time. Gonna celebrate.
Hooray. Now what?
No, that's a good question. That's a question I'm gonna find. Well, they were here, so I guess they were stopping me from going just there. There's something there in the lava.
I bet you want it.
I want it.
But how will you get it?
I want it. Maybe I'm done. Maybe I should go into the lava. Maybe I should wear a ring that gives me more flame resistance. That works.
Not so bad.
Got it! Got it!
Good enough.
That's a victory in my book.
That's another funny part about video games. Sometimes there's a thing that you just really want and you just don't care if you die.
Which never happens in real life.
Yeah. As long as you can get it, that's good enough.
Yeah, that's kind of like a funny thing. Like, there's a lot of things we do in video games which we do only because there's actually nothing at stake.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was something at stake, we would never attempt those things in the first place. Mm-hmm. I noticed that there's actually a great how was the show? Top Gear episode, where the show's hosts, Clarkson, where he drives a track in Gran Turismo, and then he tries to drive the same track with the same car in real life. And he makes this great point that, you know, you're able to drive much better in video games simply because, you know, if you have an accident, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no lives at stake, there's no money at stake, nothing. Mm-hmm. So you just push the car to extremes that are just, you know, crazy. And in real life, it's just so hard to push yourself that far, or even remotely that far, you know.
And in the same instance, it's like when you're driving in real life, you'll have to keep braking in mind, whereas a lot of people that play racing games, not necessarily like that are really into racing games, just people who happen to be playing them, will just hold A, go forward.
Yeah. And in real life, you know, even if you were in like a go-kart, you know, at some point you feel kind of like uncomfortable going even faster. Even if it's safe, even if you're just going, you know, straight down the straight line, you can kind of like, I don't know, I think I had enough speed at this point. I don't think I need to go even faster now. And so, and also, like, if you're braking, like in a game, it's like, you know, you push the gas pedal, and it's like you push a button. It's like very easy to go like full speed, like put a pedal to metal, or like brake stressful extremely.
Right.
But in a real car where you sit there like making like an emergency brake situation, that's kind of like very stressful.
Yes.
That's very stressful.
And even just normally braking, you'll ease into it as
Yeah.
opposed to holding it straight down.
So that's something that when you what the I thought I could get up there. You cannot get up there?
You can.
You have to jump
It's harder
probably.
to figure it out when you can't stay in the lava for more than 2 seconds.
Alright, I'm not gonna try to get that item.
I will say that there is an NPC invasion further on if you go the other direction, which is what you're going to do now.
Yeah, I will.
You should go human.
I should? Oh yeah, that's true. Lucky I have all the humanities equipped. Alright, we're gonna get that human invasion. I guess I'm gonna call it an episode, maybe.
Okie dokie.
There's also another thing that I find funny is where that also because we know that we play all those brutal games, right? Like we kill zombies left and right. We punch people in the face all day. We shoot them in the face, headshotting like yeah, and play the tough guy, you know, talking smack and stuff like that. But we can only do this because we know that it actually doesn't hurt anybody in real life, you know.
Right, right.
If any game would just not even like shoot, but just maybe a little bit hurt, you know, you would have such big problems doing this.
Mm-hmm. And there are games that kind of try to simulate that with like Iron Man challenges.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Nuzlocke Run.
That's true. Like insta-death and permadeath things. Yeah, so they're trying to bring back those consequences which are actually missing from games and trying to play around with. And I must say it works so well.
Yes.
And that you don't even need like the full consequence of real life, just a tiny like a hint of those consequences, and suddenly your heart starts pounding every time something happens. And suddenly you also play much more conservative than usually.
Yeah. No suicide runs.
Yeah. All right.
An interesting thing about that is that Dark Souls kind of has something like that.
Yeah.
But it's only really an issue if you're new to the game, and you don't get the concept that it's okay if you lose your souls. It's not that big of a deal.
That's true. Yeah, you kind of get used to the system after a while, and then you you learn to deal with it. Oh wow! Look at how many Capra demons. Oh well, where is it? Where is it?
Who knows? Where could
does he come from the back? He comes from the back. I knew it.
This is the same guy that was in the depths.
What? I didn't want to. Alright. He's a pansy.
Yes, he is.
Humanity acquired. Alright, I need to go through those Capra demons. Something I must do, guys. To those Capra demons. Oh my god, look at the Capra demon's shoes.
Hello.
He doesn't do anything, he just stands there.
He wants to have
just gonna stand there. Get wrecked. Come on, Capra demon. So now I can approach him because I don't want to trigger both at the same time. They're pretty easy at this point, but still 2 Capra demons is 1 Capra demon too much. Get wrecked. What? I thought it was. Oh gosh, this is hurtful.
Oh. It's okay. You can poise break them.
Yeah. Like the boss I am. Yeah, there was 2 slashes. I forgot there was 2 slashes.
You might be able to one-hit them with a jumping attack.
Oh, I'm gonna try. Up!
That was a running attack.
I thought you meant the running attack. Alright, you meant the L2.
Yeah.
R2. R2D2. Alright, now I need to know what happens. I need to die in the gruesome way. Oh, look, there is the boss gate. Alright, I got this. I just wanna stand there. What is this?
Hello.
What? Is this a poop? Is this a turd?
It's a statue coming to fight you.
That's a statue turd.
Hello.
What is that?
It's a weird thing.
That's a weird texture. It looks like one of the crab enemies from what the?
Hello.
There are so many weird things here. What? This is hurtful.
It's okay. You have a Black Knight halberd.
Oh look! There's a
summon sign. Hello.
A summon sign, and there's a bonfire. You know what I'm waiting for?
What's that?
For the same thing that you had with the chest. That you open a chest and then suddenly it's a monster. At some point, too, for a bonfire to do the same thing with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then another thing that people have thought about is a mimic summon sign. Where you assume it's going to be someone who will help you out, but it's an invader.
Yeah. Those are all great ideas. I hope the developers are not listening to this.
Funnily enough, the netcode in Dark Souls is really weird in that sometimes your co-op sign can turn into an invasion, and your invasion can turn into a co-op. So it mixes up what kind of phantom you are.
So it actually misses. So you want to invade somebody and you end up being co-oping, or is that just okay.
Like when you invade, you'll spawn at an invasion point, but you'll be a white phantom, or you'll put down your white summon sign and then come in as an invader.
Oh no! And then you want to help this guy, and suddenly you have to kill him. Fascinating social experiment.
And what's interesting is that some people who
what was that? Oh no! Oh no! This is not what I wanted. I never asked for this.
And there's an item drop. Get the item.
I will. Feels great.
You want to go back to the bonfire and repair your stuff.
Yeah, I totally will that.
But anyway, there are some people who will initially invade, and then later on they'll co-op. For the same host.
So to make up.
Yeah.
It's like make up sex.
And there's actually an example of that in the NPCs. Like there's Maneater Mildred in Blighttown who invades you, and then you can summon her later on.
Why is my halberd not here? Oh, there it is. Yes. I guess while I'm at it, I'm gonna... Alright, I need to get through that gate, I guess. There's just no way. Why am I repairing all this stuff? I don't need to repair that much.
I always just repair them to get them out of the menu.
That's a good point. I'm gonna actually level up. Level up. Vitality. Look at my vitality bar. It goes almost all the way to the middle. Alright, I'm gonna get that worm who barfed on me. This is going to be like such a revenge. No, I need to get all those statues again. Two at the same time. Make sure there is no drop. Alright, so this guy comes in. Can you go up the stairs? Oh yes, you can. What? Oh man, this is not good. Oh man, this is not good. So there's more Capra Demon. There's another dude, and here's going to be a worm, right? Gotcha, worm. Oh, this is a yucky worm. Look at his tiny little legs. Ugh. Oh no, he barfed on me again. Die!
Now your items are at risk again.
Whatever. Yes, Chris. Alright. Oh gosh, it continues in this direction. Just goes on and on. I'm gonna kill that Capra Demon up there. Always when I hear Capra Demon, I always think about the Capgras syndrome. Have you heard about that one? The Capgras syndrome is a rare, like, neurological syndrome, where a person is convinced that that one of the person that he loves and from like close to him has been replaced by a robot or by an impersonator.
I see.
And it is they haven't really researched it very well. It comes sometimes with when you have like head trauma. And they haven't really researched this very well, but there is a theory that it is tied to the way we perceive faces. Because it often disappears when they speak to the person on the telephone. And it's like, oh man, there you are! You won't believe what happened. You were replaced by an impersonator. And like, no, I'm here. It was me. No, man, it's a different guy. I swear.
Are you ready?
It's just the what already?
Yeah, it's this guy again.
Oh no! What? This is the from the. Oh gosh! Drink. Oh, okay. I guess not gonna heal. He's burning. Why is he burning?
Boom.
Wow. Seriously, I used all my Estus flasks.
Rest in peace.
Alright. So we're gonna be back in the next episode where I'm gonna maybe explore this area further. Maybe I'm not gonna go into this guy. Maybe I'm gonna defeat this guy. I don't know. We're gonna figure out on the next episode. And you should join us on the next episode and figure it out together with us. Alright, Nahxela?
Yes.
Indeed. Tune in next time.